Alright guys, so this is Blue. And Blue is our latest project remount horse. And what our project remount is my wife and I, every year we'll buy a couple of horses from different places, various places. And then we train them up and sell them for the public. And we try to pick horses. That their conformation's good. They seem to be sensible, kind of horses that we would be proud to own. And the longer they're with us, the more training they get, of course. And of course, the price goes up the longer they're with us also. But this is Blue. I picked him up not too long ago. And I'm going to work on trailer loading. And he didn't really have any problems when I trailer loaded him, but he wouldn't send in. And I let him inside and he kind of balked a little bit. So I had someone just kind of get behind him and make a little bit of commotion and some pressure on him. And he walked right in. So I'm not seeing too much difficulty with this. He's a horse that by nature has a lot more whoa than go. He's a horse that takes a lot of motivation to get him going. I'm not going to say he's not a sensitive horse. Every horse is sensitive, but he's just a horse that would kind of rather chillax and hang out as opposed to really moving off. So bring him up to this trailer here, and I'm just going to send him between the trailer and I. A little bit of leading hand, a little bit of driving hand. Yep, could care less. Send him back around. I'll lead him forward and I'll drive him with this flag. When I'm trailer loading horses and when I'm doing anything with horses, I focus a lot on the release. It takes not too much pressure to motivate a horse. So as far as lunging a horse on the back of the trailer or something like that, I'm not a big advocate of that. I do not really like doing that. I like to focus on the release. So every time this horse is mentally engaged with the trailer, he's going to get a release. Anytime he's physically engaged with the trailer and he's seeking that trailer, then I'll give him a release. But it's the pressure that motivates, so I'm going to lead and just kind of drive. And every time he steps forward, he gets a release. Sniffing the trailer, that's a good sign. I'd rather have him sniffing the trailer than boogering out and taking off. When he loses interest in the trailer, like he was sniffing it, he kind of lost interest in it, he gave me a nice lick and chew, then that's kind of a sign for me to maybe ask him for just a little bit more. Okay, there's a step. I'll reward that, but I'm going to keep asking him because I do want a little bit more life in his body. Little sniff there, little let's go. That was a good step on his part. Now he's checking out the inside of the trailer. He's never been sent into a trailer before. You're just gonna have to take my word on that. Here I am leaning up against the trailer because the trailer's a release. I don't want him to be inside that trailer or thinking about the trailer and putting any pressure on him. It's his to hang out. Drive him forward. I always start soft. I always start with the leading hand and I bring my flag in and I always start soft. Push his nose away from me so he's not kind of crowding me. But I will get as firm as I need to get down to his feet. Ask him again. If that's as far as he wants to go this time, that's as far as he wants to go. I don't really care. I've trailer loaded thousands and thousands of horses. I know the process works. So if it takes a little bit longer than others, then well, so be it. There, perfect. Perfect. So that's, I guess that's not very much of an educational video, but that's his first time being sent into a trailer. He's in there just kind of scoping everything out. He's what we would call kind of an introverted horse. He likes to keep things introverted, keep things inside himself, but he's very confident. He's an extremely confident horse. So you might be using kind of the left side of his brain a lot instead of the right side, the reactive side. He reminds me a lot of my retired old A-string mare. She was kind of a spitting image of this guy. And I'd take that horse anywhere and do anything on her, and I did just about everything on her, just about everywhere. She was a heck of a horse. Still is. She's a brood mare out there and giving me beautiful babies. You guys can't see this, but he's in there, his head's down, and he's just kind of blinking. He's thinking and he's processing. So when he's blinking and processing, then I'm not going to do much. Just going to let him kind of sit there and absorb the situation, check out his new environment. All right, so he's been in there for a few minutes, just kind of reflecting on what happened. I'll ask him out. A little bit of bumps with the lead rope. Every time he shifts his weight back, I quit bumping. And then I'll build that weight shift into a step. If he were to try to turn around, this is a slant load. So if he were to turn around, kind of like he is now, I'm going to take this flag, and I'm going to push his nose as I back him up. A little bit more wiggle to this lead rope here. I would move the camera for you guys, but by the time I moved the camera, he would have unloaded himself. Now he's got his feet on that ramp, and a lot of times they'll kind of feel that change of the surface, and they kind of get not really bothered by it, but they're aware of it. So I'll just kind of giving him his time. You want to come out? I don't even know if he's ever backed up. Good boy. Some good licks and chews there. I backed him up on the ground, of course, but I don't know if he's backed over things or whatnot. Good job, bud. A little bit of leading pressure, a little bit of driving pressure. He's kind of coming in towards me, so as I kind of drive him forward, I might take my left hand and just kind of prevent him from pushing into me and put his nose in that trailer. He says, I don't know. I say, you'll be all right, bud. Push his nose, ask him forward. There's some uber confidence. He's like, oh, his arm's up. Maybe I can get out of the situation. But I kind of stand my ground. There's some interest. Kind of gave his head a little shove there because he's kind of getting a little bully on me. Lock. Thank you. A little bit more flag waving that time, but I had to find some motivation to get him going forward. And of course, every time they go in a trailer, they got to poop. That's just a necessity. Move his shoulders there, block him there, ask him to go forward there. Thank you. He's in there. My hay bags are empty, but he's in there looking for some hay. That might be one of his greatest motivators is food. It's his job to place his feet, so no matter what angle I'm trying to load from, it's his job to get into that trailer. I always start my pressure back behind him, and then I get closer and closer and closer, and then I can tap him if I need to. Here, I'll ask him to back out. Push his nose away from me and ask him to back out. Because they're trying to follow the fill, right? They're trying to follow the fill from the lead rope, which is bringing their head around. But I need this fill from the lead rope when they're inside that trailer. They need to bring it down to their feet and back up. Push his nose away from me. If this wasn't a training moment and I just needed to get a horse unloaded, then I would, let him turn around if there was room. There he goes. With a little bit of help of the flag in front of him, kind of driving him backwards, he came out just fine. Then I'll send him back in. He's just that kind of horse that he doesn't mind wearing a little bit of pressure. And it's those horses that I have found to be some of the steadiest horses that you can have, because not much bothers them. Horses like this, they can become the kid horse or the husband horse. But in my family, the husband, he sure rides a lot of rank horses, so I can handle quite a few of them. But I wouldn't mind riding them. I don't always have to ride the rank ones. Good job, little buddy. So, first time sending this horse in, I just made the key being the release. Tried not to really get after him too hard, just applied just enough pressure to kind of motivate him, get him inside that trailer. I think he did really well. First time being sent into a trailer. And I guess we'll just wrap it up there. If you have any questions, let me know. And if you want to see more videos on anything that you're working on at home, let me know and I'll be more than happy to help you all out. Alrighty.